Hey everybody, and welcome back to The Shawning, where today I'm going to be defending Child's Play 2019. Now the reason I say I'm defending it is because I see probably 200 posts a day about how much this movie is terrible, you shouldn't watch it, it sucks, it's nothing like the original. I'm tired of hearing it. It's not that bad. It's really not that bad, okay? You cannot get upset when a reboot or a remake is made just because it has sentimental value or whatever you want to call it. See, and I can understand if people dislike this movie because it copied the original, but it didn't. It literally took a completely different direction with Chucky, even though his backstory is really bland. It's just a dude who gets fired, gets upset, makes this particular doll that he's working on free range. It has no whatever protection or whatever. It's just a free range buddy doll. And then he jumps out of a building. That's the story of Chucky. So, I mean, okay, there's no voodoo. There's no connection to the original at all. So far, so good. The only thing you really have connecting the original and the new one is Chucky and the fact that the characters' names are the same, like Andy. Like, that's literally it. Anyway, so there's that. Personally, I think that Aubrey Plaza does way better than Catherine Hicks as the mother because she is relatable. You see her working, you see her dealing with people that we all deal with every day. It seems like a real family going through real struggles like the rest of us, and it's not so fabricated that it takes you out of the movie. So, again, that's a good thing. I think having Andy be a little older than just like a child, a small child, I think that's better. He's like a preteen, so at least he can like fight back. The original Andy was kind of screwed the whole time. So at least you have that. And Andy has friends, so you have more characters in the original, which is also fun. Personally, the detective, I like the detective way more in this one than the original, mainly because he seems like a normal human. And in the original Child's Play, that detective was literally the same kind of detective that's in every other horror movie from that time. So it was a nice mix-up. And let's not forget about the fact that Chucky draws a lot of inspiration from Chop Top and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2, because he skins off a dude's face and puts it on a watermelon. Which, by the way, is one of my favorite, probably one of my favorite death scenes in the past 5 or so years when it comes to horror movies, because it was creepy, it was disgusting, and it was kind of funny in a way. Like, it was twisted, but it was humorous because there's a dude's face stuck to a watermelon. So I really thought it was funny. I really liked that they gave a shout out to Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2. But now, to the man of the hour, Chucky. Everybody got mad about this movie because of Chucky himself. They said he looked weird. Okay, he does look weird. The original Chucky looked weird. Are you kidding me? He looked terrifying. They both are terrifying. Personally, I think that the facial features of this Chucky are a little more unsettling. I wouldn't necessarily say this Chucky is scary as much as I would say that he's just unsettling and overly clingy with Andy, which I really like how they incorporated that aspect of, you know, Chucky is really, you know, bonded with Andy. It's very one-sided though towards the end, obviously. But having even down to Chucky killing the cat because it scratched Andy, and then he goes, "Did it hurt Andy?" Like, just creepy, 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 creepy. But not necessarily scary. Brad Dourif was the scariest version of Chucky we're gonna get, because Brad Dourif is Chucky, and the original Chucky was a little bit edgier, but in all seriousness, So was just about every horror movie then. We don't really have that now. So, I mean, for a remake that didn't really have any steam behind it, it's not bad. Mark Hamill does a phenomenal job voicing Chucky. That's the only thing that really won me over to go watch this movie to begin with, was the fact that Mark Hamill was voicing Chucky. And I think that was a phenomenal decision to make. However, the only big complaint that I have is I really don't like the fact that they used as much CGI as they did. The thing that made the original Chucky, or Child's Play, so special, to me, there was no, you didn't have to worry about CGI, you know, all the, you know, if you see a doll running, you know, through the hallway in the background, there's something or someone controlling or running in a suit to look like a doll. You know, now we don't have that. We have computer generated Chuckies and things like that, and it does take you out of the film. So towards the end of the movie, it starts to get a little too much CGI for me. But I mean, again, it's not enough to take you out of the movie. In all seriousness, if you look at it, this Child's Play is way more brutal than the original Child's Play. The original, you just really have Chucky tormenting this kid and the mom just so he can transfer his soul into the kid's body. This one is, you know, like a deranged robot and all of his robot friends trying to kill you. Not you, your family. He wants to be your friend till the end. So, again, weird. But it's okay. It's almost like if they just took Cult of Chucky and was like, all right, we'll make it robots. And essentially that's what it is. It's not bad. If you haven't watched it, please watch it. Don't not watch it because you love the original so much that you think it's going to ruin it for you, because it's not going to. They're not connected in any way, and that's okay. So please check out Child's Play 2019. It is worth the watch. Try to be open-minded when you're watching it and just enjoy it. But that's all I have to say about that.